and welcome to Speak Honest. I am your host and certified relationship coach, Jenn Noble. It has been my passion for over a decade to help women like you heal what's been holding you back from having the relationships you deserve. Are you struggling with a relationship where you can't seem to voice your emotions, needs, and boundaries without having it blow up in your face? Then you have found the right podcast, my friend. Get ready for practical tips, empowering truths, and honest conversations. Now, let's dive in. Hello, ladies, and welcome back to another episode of Speak Honest. I'm Jenn Noble, your go-to relationship coach and author of the best-selling book, Dance of Attachment. And today, we are going to be diving into a topic that I know so many of you keep asking me about, especially inside of the Speak Honest Academy. So I want to really talk about this one. And this one is for those of you who you've done the work, you've read the books. Listen, maybe you've read my book. Maybe you've read a dozen others. You can say anxious attachment and avoidant attachment like you're ordering coffee. You not only know your attachment style, let's be honest, you could probably also fully diagnose your best friend's situationship in under 2 minutes. And yet, sweetheart, here you are, doing the exact same thing you did last year. Same spiral, same text you shouldn't have sent, same feeling in your chest at 11 p.m. when he hasn't texted back. So today we're asking the real question. Not, what's my attachment style, Jen? Because girl, you already know that one. The question is, what do you do about it? What actually has to happen next? That's what we're getting into. Now, before we go any further, I want to tell you about something because everything we're talking about today, that gap between intellectualization and integration, between knowing it up here in our heads and actually living it down here in our bodies, that's the whole reason I created the Speak Honest Academy. And this September, we are starting our 16-week live coaching experience inside the Academy. Every week, all the way through December, we will have twice a week live coaching where I take you through the Dance of Attachment curriculum, week by week, to learn how to feel safe, seen, and secure in your relationships. And I really want you to remember that this isn't just another course. It's not more videos to add to the stack of books you've already read, because you really don't need more information. You don't. You've proven that to yourself 100 times over by now. What you need is to actually practice this work in real time. And not just with me, but with a room full of women who are exactly where you are, who could recite their attachment styles in their sleep and still keep repeating the same patterns over and over again. So if that's you, if you're sitting here thinking about the same text that he sent that's making you spiral, or the same words you shouldn't have said in that argument, or the same feeling in your chest at 11 p.m., then I just want you to stop for just a second. And I want you to schedule a chat with me. Now, we keep our cohorts small because I spend one-on-one time with every woman that comes through the Academy. So your first step is to schedule an assessment with me. And from there, we just talk. We talk about where you're at, what you're actually carrying, and whether this fall is the right season for you to start doing this work. And if it's a fit, I'll tell you. And if it's not, genuinely, and trust me on this one, I will let you know that this isn't right for you right now. Because we are looking for women who are ready to stop collecting information and start actually living differently. Not more insight. We want more integration. So when you're ready and you are ready to heal and do the work, I want you to head over to danceofattachment.com/assessment or click on the link in the show notes and schedule your assessment with me now. I can't wait to chat with you. And as you're listening today, I want you to think about how knowing your pattern and actually changing it have never really been the same skill. And also how your nervous system moves faster than your thinking brain does every single time, no matter how much you understand. And I want you to think about the real work. It isn't the reading or the podcast. Nope, not even this one. Or the books you've already memorized. That's just information, and you've got plenty of it. The real work is new experiences. Actually living something different in real time before the moment ever shows up. The 11 p.m. text, the spiral, the rumination. That's not really where the healing happens. That's just where you find out if it's working. So now let's dive in. Okay, so let's come back to the question because I love this question. Why haven't you changed? When clearly you know everything that you need to know by now, so why is it not working? Well, here's my theory. You're actually the smartest person in the room on this, truly. You probably are. You've read the books, you've listened to the podcast, like, hi, hello, you're literally doing that right now, and you could probably outdiagnose a licensed therapist at brunch. And that is exactly why this is so maddening. If you understand it this well, then why on earth does your body still act like it's never heard of this before? All right, so real talk and real research here for a second, because I don't want you to think, I just made this up in the shower. There's an actual concept that psychologists have been using for decades, and it's called a corrective emotional experience. And the whole idea is just that insight alone doesn't heal you. Understanding your pattern intellectually and actually shifting your nervous system's response, those are two totally different systems in your brain. Two completely different skills. Your thinking brain can analyze a breakup for 11 paragraphs, but your nervous system, it doesn't read paragraphs. It just reacts. And it reacts fast. Faster than you can even imagine. Faster than you, faster than your mind, faster than your logic, faster than your very smart, very self-aware thinking brain. But that's not a flaw, right? That's biology. It's actually brilliant. Your nervous system's whole job is to protect you quickly before your thinking brain even shows up to the meeting. So when he goes quiet, right, for let's say like 6 hours, in your chest, it does that thing, right? That's not you failing at your attachment work or at any of your healing. That's just your nervous system doing its job on autopilot. The way it's always been done, the way it was taught to protect you, because nobody has taught it a new way yet. And listen, here's where it gets a little unfair and a little annoying, honestly, with the insight, I see what I'm doing. It always shows up at the worst possible time. It shows up in the shower, on the drive home, or at 2 a.m., replaying the whole thing like a director's commentary. It almost never shows up in the actual 15 seconds where your thumb is hovering over the send button. And that's the gap in all of this. That's the reason this is happening. So do you remember learning how to, say, parallel park, right? You could read about it. You could watch the videos. You could listen to the instructor. You know the steps inside and out. Turn the wheel, count to 3, straighten out, done. But what happens that first time you're actually behind the wheel? And then all of a sudden, someone's watching you, right? There's a car 5 inches from your bumper. There's a line of people waiting for you, and they're annoyed. And your hands they just don't care what your brain remembers, right? Your body doesn't care. Reading about parking was never going to park the car for you. When your system is overwhelmed, it doesn't care what you remember. It just wants to keep you safe. All right, so here's the pivot, and I really want you to hear this one as I'm saying it, but the real work, it's not more reading. It's not more information. It's not another podcast episode. And yes, I see the irony of me saying that on literally this podcast episode, and we will circle back on that. But the real work, honestly, it's in new lived experiences, more practice, teaching your body what's normal, actually living something different in real time before the moment ever shows up. Because the moment itself, the text, the spiral, the silence, that's not where the healing happens. That's the information you need to see. What do you still need to practice moving forward? No one ever expected you to read about parallel parking and then be able to do it the first time, not even the 5th time. It took you probably 20 times, if not more, to get comfortable with actually doing it. And let's be real, some of us are still not comfortable doing it, right? And healing our attachment style, it's the same thing. So let's look at a few quick and simple ways that we can work through this, not during the heated moments, but outside of those moments. So first, you can practice any sort of grounding tools. You can try out loud grounding tools like humming. You can try running cold water over your wrists. You can try looking at different colors that you see. This is just something that gets you grounded back in your moment. And you want to practice this with somebody that you trust, somebody that you feel comfortable with, like a friend or your coach or the women in my program. You just want to be in a heated situation and then practice grounding. That's going to help you. Another one that you can try is rehearsing hard conversations. I do this a lot with the women in my academy. We rehearse the hard conversation you need to have with someone that you care about together. And so oftentimes I'll play the role of the husband and she'll say the thing that she needs to say. And you can tell when she says it the first time, it comes out very meek. Well, if it's okay with you, but if it's not too much trouble, maybe you could. You hear that, right? Instead, by the time we've gotten there, maybe 5, 6, 7 times, it comes out of, hey, I really need this. And that kind of practicing really helps. You're able to practice the muscle memory of saying the words that it is that you need to say. Another option you could do is letting yourself try something new and just mess it up completely, right? Somewhere safe, somewhere where your nervous system's going to be okay if you mess up and no one's going to tell you that you're like a terrible person to do it, but just mess up. Show up late for something. Don't turn something in perfectly, right? Let's try working on our perfectionism a little bit where we can see, okay, hold on, I can't do this perfect. And that works really well even in my community. There was recently a time where a client showed up 15 minutes late to our session, and that was good for her. Like, she needed to mess up. She needed to have wasted our time together. And then I needed to hold to the boundary to say, well, listen, you showed up 15 minutes late, but we're still going to have to end on the right time. And that's what it is. That boundary, that holding of space together, that allowed her nervous system to learn that it's safe to make mistakes. So that's pretty much it. That's the whole shift. You just got to stop asking yourself, do I understand this enough yet? Do I have enough information? Is there something else out there that will give me that aha moment? Because the truth is you do. You have for a while now. I want you to start asking yourself, where am I actually practicing what I already know? Where am I giving myself grace and compassion for the moments when I mess up? Right? All of this isn't about learning more information to shove into your head. It's about replaying what you already know. You want to do it out loud, on purpose, somewhere where it's safe to mess up, somewhere where it's safe to practice along with this, because that's the only thing that actually walks with you into the real moment. Not one more thing you know, something you've already done. All right, so that is our episode today, and I just want you to remember that what actually changes things is new experiences. Practice on purpose, ahead of time, somewhere safe. So when the real moment shows up, your body's not being asked to do something brand new. It's just showing you what already got built. And you're not wrong for being frustrated that you should know better and because you know so much. What's wrong with you because you still struggle? That makes complete sense. You're frustrated. It's telling you something. It's teaching you something. But you don't have to figure out the new experience part all by yourself, okay? This is genuinely the whole reason the Speak Honest Academy exists. It's not another place to collect more information. It's where you actually build new experiences on purpose with women who can see you do it. And because I sit with every single woman who comes through the academy and our cohorts stay really small, then it means that you get an opportunity to practice what you need to. Which means if today hit home, your very next step is easy. Just go and schedule an assessment with me. You can go to danceofattachment.com/assessment or click on the link in the show notes. 30 minutes, totally free. Just you and I talking about whether this fall's cohort is actually the right season for you to start shifting out of your head and into your body. All right, ladies, I will speak with you all next week. Take care. As we wrap up today's conversation, always remember that healing is a journey, not a destination. And it is an honor to be a part of your healing journey. If you want to dig deeper into the topics we covered today, be sure to head over to our show notes where you can find all of the valuable information mentioned in today's episode right there. And please remember to rate, review, and subscribe if you enjoyed today's podcast. Your feedback means the world to us and helps others discover our podcast. Until next time, remember to speak up and speak honest.